This is Carolyn Evers, and the date is April 9th, 2012. And Richard and I have been sitting here watching all of the disturbances during the month of March that was presented on a YouTube news grouping where there was sounds seemingly throughout many places on the entire planet where they were coming from the earth and frightened people. Earthquake activity, storms like hurricanes that destroyed entire cities that were maybe 3-block area, small towns.
Large groups of birds falling out of the sky and other animals.
Yes, and
dying.
Dolphins being grounded on shores. And this activity seemed to be in so many places in the world during the month of March that I felt it should be something that perhaps we should be obtaining information about, especially since there was great activity on the sun. Actually, NASA had some pictures of what they call tornadoes on the sun, the energy. And so I felt like this was an extraordinary time. And I am searching databanks to find out the reason behind all of this. And what I am seeing is that the overriding reason for this happening is time, the ending of a cycle. Some of the activity is the results of this cycle change upon the activity on the earth, and some of it is made by, you might call them humanoids, from our space brothers. But the space brothers are working with destroying some underground bases beneath the surface of the earth that, you might say, forces that belong to the human expression are hiding in, causing damage upon the surface. And there are other places where there are space brothers who are within the earth that have intentions contrary to the betterment of humanity and planet Earth, and are working to control the planet for their own particular interests. But the bulk of this activity is basically the changing of, you might say, an era, an epoch, the end of a program that has been integrated upon this planet. And it is the beginning of energies being sent from the earth to the cosmos. And this is what I am seeing. There are energies that are starting to collect in the earth, and I see them being broadcast into the cosmos. It is almost like Earth is a trigger. It is almost like Earth is the turning of a switch. Energy has come from the center of the cosmos, in a most direct manner. It was not necessary for this energy to pass through gateways, but came directly from the center of the cosmos to our sun. The sun, in turn, sent, and I see these ribbons of energy passing very quickly to the center of the earth. It is hitting the Merkaba, and as the crystal Merkaba spins, this energy is being broadcast throughout the planet. And it is interesting, it doesn't broadcast the entire planet. It seems like it has one line of energy, and what is happening is there is a spin in the earth and there is a spin in the Merkaba, and it is, the Merkaba is acting almost like a searchlight, so that as the earth spins, this energy is reflected back through the core of the earth to the plates. And the plates are reacting to this. They are under stress. And some of this booming sounds that people are hearing is a vibratory sequence as this energy is being directed back to the plate system. And it is not that this energy is intended to destroy our planet, but rather it is intended to clear negativity that has been there for a very long time. And it clears what is below the surface of the earth. And there is such a force that these vibrations are causing the sounds. It is causing a, what looks like a tremor. It looks to me like the planet is trembling. People are not feeling this, except those who are coming in sequence to the energy as it comes forward. They feel the earth move beneath their feet, and it is that tremor that is vibrating through the different layers of the planet, and it is actually moving out into the cosmos. And you might say, well, why is this energy being fed through the cosmos into the earth and then back out into the cosmos? It seems like it is contradictory. Why not just send the energies out to the cosmos to begin with? Well, it's a good question, and as we see it, there are imprints being placed upon the energy, and it is the creative aspects of the planet that was initially laid down upon the very early creative thrust as energy was changed, which might be called the background energy, was changed to create the planet. And these were made up of high intentioned, high motivated principles to form the earth. And it is why the energy that is coming from the center of the cosmos is reflective, or shall we say what was done on earth was reflective of the energy coming from the center of the cosmos. These high-minded ideals, these high-minded creative principles, that energy is bouncing off of the Merkaba and passing through the earth to the surface of the earth, and those high-minded ideals and goals are being sent throughout the cosmos. It is why Earth was used as the vehicle to do this, because only the highest and, you might say, the grandest creative abilities were used here. We on Earth do not realize just how pure, how beautiful, how exquisite Earth is, how the very best of the cosmos, the very best of the ideas in the cosmos were brought by beings here to Earth. They were gathered throughout the entire cosmos, and they were all brought here. So this is a planet where all, you might say, so much of the high ideals of creative beings throughout the cosmos was brought here upon Earth. We were like a vessel, a collection point of the very highest ideals that had come down from Prime Creator, and we are now acting as the key to open up doorways to the cosmos with, you might say, an abundance of all these ideals used in one turning of the key. It is a cleansing, a bringing forth of the magnificence of the creative abilities of Prime Creator, and it is imprinting or being imprinted upon the earth, again being brought forth to what was and what had been changed. So much good, what you might call good or highest goals and ideals, have been changed by those forces that you call the dark. And you see them every day. And so it is, in a sense, a purging, but not so much that the dark is being released and taken away, but rather the nobler aspects are being strengthened and overriding, imprinting, like you might say a new page being brought down energetically over the old page, or the present, what the negativity has brought the earth to a point where the stones cry out to be changed and to be aligned with that original creative thrust. And it is frightening in a way, because as you might say the dark is being imprinted, written over, reconstructed, it unleashes great energy. And sometimes that energy is difficult to contain, but it is being contained by those in spirit who are working with this. The destruction that you are seeing is more localized into smaller sections rather than tremendous swaths of the earth being destroyed. So even though there is some what you might consider destructive activity, it is being held in as small an area as possible. And you might say that this month of March is a new day, not only for this planet, but for the cosmos.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Now, there's one that wishes to speak to you, Richard, and add to this.
And who is that one?
I'm not sure. I'm seeing the planet as it is spinning in its orbit. And I see Yeshua and that group of beings that worked with him to bring forth what is here. Of course, it is all being overseen by Marietta. And so when the planet was brought forth, originally the being then was not named Yeshua, but it considered all of its souls that it was overlighting as one. And so Marietta is showing me the image of Yeshua as one that we know, and it is Yeshua coming forth wearing the crown of the king.
And so Yeshua has connected with me, and he has the following to say. As you understand, this time is indeed a very special time upon this beautiful planet. Few understand that this time that you are in was planned even before the planet was created. And so what is unfolding in your time is, you might say, the culmination of some great work by many great beings. The timing of the creation of this planet, and indeed the arrival at this moment with all of the cosmic alignments that are in place to support it, was all planned before the planet was created. And as you understand, Marietta and those aspects that represented Marietta in the creation of this galaxy and subsequently the creation of this solar system took this very involved and direct interest, because this unfolding played such an important role, not only for humanity on this planet for this time, but indeed for the entire cosmos, as you have shared in previous messages. And whilst I show myself as king of the planet, in one sense that indeed is true, but really I carry that role by, you might say, delegation, because I am well aware that the two great souls that bring me forth upon this planet each time that I come as a major aspect of Marietta, and indeed that actually set up the consciousness within which this entire cosmos exists, actually oversee this entire process, and indeed are present upon the planet at this important time to ensure that all the pieces come into place. So, as I said, I see my role as king of this planet as one of appointment, of delegation. And I also accept and understand the importance of the role that I play, and in a way all of humanity plays, as this important time unfolds. And there have been many messages given to the two of you about this time, and the two of you have struggled greatly over the last 3 or 4 years, as the evidence of this in some ways has come forth, in other ways not, so that you have wondered so many times if there is any reality to this unfolding. But I assure you, my dear friends, there is great truth to it, and you are now in this time beginning to see the true evidence of this, and this will continue to not just grow but indeed explode in the coming days and weeks and months, as the planet and humanity and all upon this planet undertake the necessary preparation for what will unfold in earnest at that December 21st, 2012 solstice and beyond it, leading through to that moment of ascension at the March equinox of 2013. So understand that all that you have come to prepare for, and indeed many others have come to assist in the preparation for, is truly now beginning to come forth. And all of that you might consider disruption reported across the planet over the first 3 months of this year, and especially in March, is, you might say, the beginning of this work coming forth into the public awareness. Because as you appreciate, humanity needs to be woken up. And in many ways, the only way that humanity will be woken up is if they are shaken from their slumber. And so you can expect the shaking to continue, but in many forms, not just the physical planet shaking, but indeed so many of the pillars of the reality of humanity will not only be shaken, but indeed destroyed. So the choices that face everyone on the planet will become clear to everyone in one form or another, and they will choose to participate in what is unfolding, or they will choose not to. And indeed, as has been said to you before, there is no judgment in any of this. The path home is just a little longer for some than for others, because they have not yet completed their preparatory work to be able to move to the angelic dimension. That is simply all that is at stake here. Simply the number of steps in the journey back home to their Creator. And so I leave you with this understanding, because the time, my friends, truly is one when those changes will come into the public awareness at a very great rate. And so it is.
Thank you, Richard.